it's Dr. Pam, and it's day 12 of our Holiday Survival Guide Advent Calendar. Now, today is about the essentials of essential oils. And originally, we were going to have Rana Lynn here today again, and she had some scheduling conflicts. So what we're going to do is twofold. Number one, we're going to try to have her on not only for next Thursday, but another day next week. And what we'll do is answer questions that you have, and you can scroll down into the comment section and leave a question for Rana Lynn, and we'll address it in the next two videos. Today, we're going to talk about my top 4 essential oils that we use in stress cases. And as you know, around the holiday season, there's lots of stress. So let's get started. I do want to say 2 things that I think are super important that I've learned from Rana. The first one is as you may remember, please do not use the oil straight in dogs. You always, always, always want a carrier oil. And a carrier oil might look like fractionated coconut oil. That's the one that stays liquid. We don't give that internally, but we do use it topically. You could also use avocado oil or almond oil. Just don't use the gross, unhealthy oils like corn oil and canola oil. Just don't even go there, because there's a lot of issues with those oils. So the other thing that she taught me is that before putting an oil topically, she actually will put it onto a tissue and then throw it down in front of her pet and see if they really like the oil. Because if they don't, you can just remove the tissue without creating havoc, right? I remember I have this dog in my practice. I love him. His name is Fozzie. He's a beautiful, gorgeous Great Pyrenees. And he would come into the room, and one day I thought that we should add a little bit of essential oils in. So I threw in my favorite blend, and then I put something on the top of his head, diluted. And guess what? Yeah, he didn't care for it. And it was absolutely comical and a little bit sad, because he sneezed like 400 million times. He rubbed his face. He literally went completely nuts. And that's when Rana Lynn told me about the whole tissue thing. You know, I never use those again in the room with him. His sister loved them, but he did not. So I never made that mistake twice. So the 4 oils that I'm going to talk about are lavender, peppermint, blue tansy, and orange oil. Now, all of these can be used in infuser, and all of these can be used diluted with a carrier oil, and you can use them topically. But when do you use them? After you test them on a tissue. So lavender is the supreme calming oil. We know about lavender. Anybody knows about lavender and its calming capabilities. But what's really interesting is, I bet you didn't know, besides the relaxing component, it also has major benefits in the skin. Who knew? In fact, there are so many benefits to lavender that it's called the Swiss Army knife of essential oils. That's hilarious. But it's totally true. So much more than we can actually talk about today. But from a stress perspective, great for calming. The second oil that we're going to talk about is peppermint. Now, peppermint is one of my favorite oils because it's a very energizing oil. It's like, well, it really, for me, it's joy in a bottle. I love having that around. And whenever I have a day where I kind of just need a little lift, I will actually put a drop of peppermint on my tongue. But don't do that in dogs. Remember, you must dilute it. It has great effects in the kind of spirit energizing capabilities, but it also has amazing effects in the GI system. And once again, anti-inflammatory, great for headaches. The list goes on and on. Peppermint oil is the bomb. The third one is blue tansy. And again, this is one that's great for stress, but it's kind of like the intimidation or separation anxiety type of stress, more of an abandonment type of stress. So that's where it's well known for the stress. It's also great in the skin and in the musculoskeletal system, and so much so in the musculoskeletal system that they call this one chiropractor in a bottle. Who knew? The fourth and last one that we're going to talk about is orange oil. And I have to say, this is my all-time favorite. And I pair orange oil with peppermint and also lavender. And it is a very uplifting oil, so it has great antidepressant capabilities. And it really, whenever I have a client in the office that is so stressed out, and I know they're stressed out, it always impacts the dog. So when they come in, I prepare a nice little blend of the lavender, the peppermint, and the orange oil. And I have that infusing, and they come in and they almost always go, oh, and you see the shoulders go down. That is so amazing. Is it great that way for pets? Yes. Those 3 combined are my favorite. The blue tansy oil, you could use that in combination as well, but I like it by itself for the abandonment separation issue. Now, all of them are very, very versatile. And I mean, literally, when you look up the signalment, they have all of these different possibilities. What I really wanted to tell you is that remember that you need to dilute. I've said that 3 times. I'm hoping that's enough. And remember to do the test, the tissue test, okay? And finally, you can buy these retail. It's more expensive that way. But to get a sponsorship with either doTERRA or Young Living or to order from Animalio directly from Melissa Shelton, you can get these things and you can buy through doTERRA and Young Living at wholesale prices, and you don't have to do anything with it. You don't have to sell it. But if you love it, like Ranalyn did, you can go on and you can train and you can take it into a whole new direction. So below, I'm going to keep her website so you can have that and access that in order to know how to use her as a sponsor if you'd like to do that. Or you can use one of your friends that you know is a Young Living lover. But I'm telling you, doTERRA, Young Living, Animalio, the top 3, quality and purity always trumps everything in essential oils. Hope you guys have a great day. Take care. Oh, and don't forget to scroll down and leave a question for Ranalyn for next week. We need lots of questions. Okay? Thanks. Bye.